Hi everyone, it's Mishka, your miracle girl. Um, so I really wanted to do this video just to give you guys some more context so you could see me and hear directly from me as to what is happening in regards to my surgery. So as you would have known, or most of you would have known and seen, I have started a GoFundMe which is being organized by my uncle in the States, because we can't set up a GoFundMe here in Jamaica. So he's setting it up on my behalf and I'm a co-organizer. So it's legit, it's no scam. And I do also have a flyer with my local donation. Now, the reason for the GoFundMe, or the reason for this surgery as well. So as most of you know, or just to give persons who are new an idea of what's happening, or share a little about me. I am Mishcah Hamilton, Jamaican. I live with sickle cell disease, so I'm a sickle cell warrior. I'm also an advocate for sickle cell warriors. I raise awareness about sickle cell disease. So I am big on the whole education about sickle cell. And I am a part of the Sickle Cell Support Foundation of Jamaica. We also have a WhatsApp group where, as warriors, we come together and we just try to encourage and support each other and share things about our illness or what we might be going through, so we can be our brother's keeper. So I was diagnosed with sickle cell disease at the age of 10 months, and from there it has been challenging. From I was born until today, I have been struggling with sickle cell disease, but I have always anchored my faith in God. I have had mental health crisis where I just feel like I want to give up, but God gave me a promise that I shall live and not die to declare his works. And because of the many things that he has brought me through, complications, I've always had testimonies growing up in church. So that's why I'm known as a miracle girl, because even when you think it's over, it's never over for me, because I know I'm no ordinary person. And it's not anything about being boastful or prideful, but I know God has a mark on my life, and that is why the enemy, he doesn't stop. He just wants to do everything he can to fight me and to just destroy my life. But I'm here to tell you that in spite of my circumstances, I am trusting God. I am a Christian. I believe in God, and I have even been drawn closer to God because of my sickness. And even last year, coming into the new year, was a turning point for me, where I totally resurrendered my life basically to God. And I am so happy for that. And I can see his hand in my life, his favor on my life. So in 2022, I had to do a hip replacement, total hip replacement of the right hip. So before I even get into that, 2008, I was diagnosed with a vascular necrosis, or death of the bone, or AVN. So death of the bones in the hip, that is where the bone is not getting enough blood supply and oxygen. So where you have the femur, so this is your hip part looks like this, ball and socket. You're supposed to have that friction, that movement. What happens with mine, it's stiff, firm, so there's no blood supply going to it, so it becomes stiff, and then the bone starts to just deteriorate until eventually it can collapse. And that is why persons with avascular necrosis, they have to do a total hip replacement. And mine is caused by sickle cell. There are numerous causes. It can be due to alcohol, smoking, etc. But because I have sickle cell disease, I'm prone to develop complications, especially as it relates to blood. Because remember, sickle cell disease. It's a blood disease. It's a genetic blood disorder. So once enough oxygen and blood is not going to our bodies, then we are prone to develop complications. So 2022, I had to do a total hip replacement. And fast forward now to 2026, because the left hip also has avascular necrosis, it has come to the point where it's deteriorating. And it's not a slow progress. It deteriorates so fast, and the more I'm on it, it can deteriorate faster. So I have to take as much pressure off it as possible, utilize my crutch or cane aids or whatever to help me. So yes, I am doing a GoFundMe which is organized by my uncle. And so the amount I'm raising, if you read the full story, everything is in the story as well, so it's there. It's 25,000 USD. But what GoFundMe has done now is to break it up in goals, because as you would have known, 2022, when I did my surgery, it was Canadian 11,000 plus local donation. But it's 2026, so costs have increased and fees have increased. So I have to keep in mind, I have to buy the hip, the prosthesis. I have to purchase the hip, a metal and plastic form of hip. And you have to pay the physician fee, the hospital fee, and there's recovery physiotherapy. So it's the funds are for pre, during, and post surgery, right? And just for transparency, I did it private in 2022, and I'm going to be doing it private again. Reason being, because with the public sector, it can take up to months, up to even a year to get a date to do my surgery. And this is a major surgery, so you want to ensure that it is done, it is properly done, and you don't have much complications after the surgery. So I'll be doing it privately, where I can get proper attention, proper care, and just to have someone who is good at what he or she's doing. So I actually went to the orthopedic surgeon today, who will be doing the surgery. And so I came in and I said, I'm just gonna do a video. So we spoke, and basically looking at the x-ray, said that the femur has already collapsed. So the femur has already collapsed. And looking on the x-ray, I could literally see where you're not seeing, it's like grayed out in a way, like shedding, or you're not seeing anything. So that's the loss of bone, the degeneration. And you could actually see where it's like the bone is pressing in. So it's like, I don't know how, it's like it almost crushed like. So I do experience back pain, groin pain, or my groin area. So it's not a normal thing. The pain is excruciating, and mobility has become even more limited for me. So it's hard for me to move around as comfortably as I would want, and I lose sleep. I haven't been sleeping well because the pain literally wakes me up at night. So that is why this surgery is important. And just to note, the surgery I'm aiming for is April. That's the same time I did it in 2022, during the Easter break, because it would be convenient in terms of family and school, to have the attention, or to, make sure my child is okay and everything. So I'm aiming for April, between the 1st and the 10th of April. It's a lot, but God has already told me that He has gone ahead and He has prepared the way. So I'm trusting Him, and I'm coming on here today to just implore, to literally beg you and ask you, please, to support. Please, I'm just begging you. I thank all my supporters, my donors before and my family, my friends, people who I don't know, strangers, those who have reached out, those who have donated already, those who have been encouraging me, praying for me. I love you all so much because you are a part of my journey. You are a part of my healing because I can't do it by myself. I'm not wealthy. I don't have money like that. And to add to that, I have been home since 2020. I've been home. So I normally do like work from home jobs, and it's not all the time I'm in a job. So I haven't been in a job for a while now. And my son, he was diagnosed with autism. So I have sickle cell disease, which is a chronic illness, and I'm also raising a child with a special need. So it is not easy. But by the grace of God, because of his power, his mercies, my family, my friends, loved ones he has placed in my life to favor me, I give God thanks. So I'm just asking you, please help me. Help me get my surgery. The doctor did mention that I can start um getting donations for blood donations. So persons can start donating blood. The blood bank is at Slipe Road, and also I believe you can give at UE. And then once you have the receipt, you could drop it off at UE Hospital, or I'm just get in contact with me, or you can send me a copy of the receipt so I can tell you exactly where the receipt can be sent. So I do, as I said about the local donations, I have the local donation account, so that fly as well, it's legit, it's no scam. That's for persons locally in Jamaica who are unable to send funds through the GoFundMe. If you can send these donations to my local account, I would really appreciate it. So please, I'm asking you to share this video. Share this video. And to note as well, I did discuss with the doctor that, because I was diagnosed from 2008, at that time I was around 15. The doctors were saying at the time it was too risky. So he explained that, doctors at that time, they wouldn't want to really operate on a 15-year-old, teens or children to do a hip replacement. There were other surgeries that could be done, but what he's saying is that eventually I would still need to do a total hip replacement. So that would be like a temporary fix. And because of the nature of this disease, bone, and especially as a warrior living with sickle cell, I can have it in other parts of my body, in which the hip is more common and the shoulder is more common. But guys, I'm asking that you pray against that. Pray against that, because I can't go through it again. So I'm asking you to pray against that. We bind that up in the mighty name of Jesus, that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, that I shall be well, and I will gain my independence, and I'll be able to, do things normally, to take care of my son like the way I really want to. Because guys, it's not an easy road. Last year I went through depression mentally. I just felt like I just wanted to die. But my son is the reason why I'm fighting to stay alive. Because listen, no one will love your child like you. Yes, you will have family and friends and persons who will say, I will be there, I will stand in the gap. But when you as a parent pass, your child won't get that love and that attention that you would give them. And with my child having a special need, autism, he needs me in his life to love and care for him, because not everyone will understand him. I have to be his advocate. I have to stand up for him. I have to fight for him. So please help me fight for him by just staying on this journey with me, and let us just do this together. I don't know. I can't repay you guys. I'm not rich. I don't have money, like, but what I can do, how I can repay is just thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, because since I've been on social media, you guys have been there, listen to my stories, my testimonies, watching my videos, listening to my, messages, reading my poems, reading my, just over my stories. And I am so grateful for you guys. So basically, we'll be finalizing things. I'm going to be getting invoice and so forth to buy the hip, and estimate for the surgery and all of that, and then plan as to the date. Once once I have the enough funds, the date, and we should get the surgery going. So guys, please, I want to get this done as soon as possible. So April, between the 1st and the 10th, because the longer I wait, the worse the hip will get, and we don't want it to deteriorate any faster. So me doing the surgery is dependent on the funds coming in, to like having enough to cover all the expenses. And guys, I am not saying I'm not saying you're obligated to donate, because I know everyone has it rough, especially with what happened with Hurricane Melissa. But even if you can't donate, just share, please, because someone out there will see it and say, I can help, I can put something towards this. And it may not be much, but if one person gives $5, trust me, if 1,000 people give $5, listen, every make a muckle, as we say in Jamaica. And I appreciate you guys so much. So I just wanted to, clear the air, give some clarity, and some transparency as to the surgery, because with in these times, so there are a lot of scamming going on, and people want to know that this is legit, to say, oh, but she did a surgery before, didn't she do that surgery before? But this is, just know that it's other affected hip. My right hip replacement was done in 2022, so this is the next hip, the other hip, which is the left hip. And by the way, the right hip is doing fine. It's going great. The x-ray shows that there's no loosening of the right hip. My spine is fine. That is good. So it's the left hip that needs the attention right now. So I just want to encourage you all, the warriors out there, other persons with chronic illness, people who are just going through struggles. It doesn't have to be health related, financial, marital issue, even mental issue. And a lot of us, we are even afraid to talk about mental health issues because the stigma surrounding it, like you're mad or whatever. But it doesn't mean because you're struggling or you're going through things in life, it doesn't mean that you're mad or something is wrong with you and you're less than anyone. Know that you are important and God made you for us. We are all here for a purpose. So guys, please help me with this journey. Help me reach my goal, so that I will be able to do my surgery in April. And it's gonna come with physiotherapy recovery. I'm gonna take months to a year to recover. But I know that with Christ in the vessel, I can smile at the storm. So I just wanted to put things in context for you guys. You see me, you hear from me. And guys, I'm sitting here right now. I'm in pain. My hip hurts, my back hurts. I'm tired, my body's stressed, I'm physically drained, I'm mentally drained. But God is able. And He's able to do exceedingly far more than we can think of or imagine. So keep trusting, keep believing. And as time goes by, I will be updating you. I did that with the right hip and I will continue. Mishka doesn't let you down. The miracle girl is going to update you, let you know what's happening. And I will always thank you and appreciate you. I love you guys. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this video to the end. Remember, click on the GoFundMe link, share it. If you can donate, it doesn't matter if it's even $1. I appreciate everything. If you can't donate but you can share, just share it. Please talk to your family, your friends, your co-workers. It's not, your money is not going to waste. It is helping a warrior who wants to have her independence, who wants to be able to take care of her autistic son, who wants to be able to shine even more for Christ so that others will come to know him, who wants to continue to advocate and to raise awareness for sickle cell warriors. I thank you. God bless you all.